giving you the real from A to Z surrounding the Dallas Cowboys. News, updates, rumors, transactions, takes, and more. So strap up, Cowboys Nation, and start your day off with A to Z Sports. Live with Will Steele.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go. Good morning, good people. Happy Draft Day Eve. Ladies and gentlemen, we're streaming live on YouTube. And of course, I am your host, Will Skywalker. Steele. Boom. Hey, let's bring them on in, baby. I'm not here by myself as we do. This is like an inaugural edition of the 2024 Morning Show Mock Draft. 1 point only with my brother from another, Voch Lombardi. As Law would say, here to party. What's good, brother?
Hey man, I love how when you do it, you don't even break the eye contact. You look at him and go. You breathe heavy in the microphone, boy. What's up with you, man? What's up with your audience? What's up with the chat?
It's Voch is here, man. It's here. We are 20, actually probably 30, 40 some hours away from hearing that. And this is your time, bro. This is where Voch Lombardi became Voch Lombardi, and I must say that you've gotten incrementally better over the years. And now, in my opinion, not only is this some underground stuff, where you're at the top of the mountain, I think you need to be up there with the people that do this legitimately with the big wigs, because that's where you've grown, man. What's up?
Hey man, that means the world to me. I never wanted to be draft guy. I just wanted to be Cowboy guy. But I was like, all right, cool. I'll just talk about draft in the meantime. And, it just is what it is. This ends up being the thing that we do, man. But appreciate you for having me. Appreciate you. Yeah. I'm just, hold on, Bridget. I'm just.
Hey, Bachi.
You know what I'm saying? VOCHLONB I appreciate y'all for being here, man. Master William, thanks for having me, dog. Salute.
Let me give you some credit right here, because this is fire. We together are doing our first edition of the mock draft 1 point only. Sure. However, this is not the first time Voch has done this. And when I saw him do this years ago and he called it the 1 point, I just thought it was so fire. I thought it was so fire because I'm the same way, Voch. I don't like to do 1,000 mock drafts throughout the draft season, but I don't discredit people who do it. I like to watch them do it. Sure. I like to do like one. Maybe one day we do a couple, like today. We might do a couple mock drafts today and just really go all in with it, all in with the mock draft and have some fun with it, man. So shouts out to you for the mock draft 1 point only. Fire.
Hey, man, I'll read your mock draft. I'll, react to your mock draft, but I'm just not going to make mock drafts because we need the information. We need all the medicals. We need to, first of all, watch film, because once you realize all these characters out here making mock drafts without, how you make a 7-round mock draft in August? Dane Brugler ain't even got a 7-round mock draft in August, dog. So you're really just out there wasting your time, Sky. Way back in the day, I remember when Cardell Jones was the number 1 player in the draft, or Brad Kaya was the number 1 player in the draft, or Paxton Lynch was the number 1 player in the draft. And we get the draft day, them characters in the 5th round. Nah, I ain't got time to play it. Nah. I'm gonna wait until the day before the draft and we'll talk about it then.
Before we do that, and we're going to be brief with this. I'm not diving into no goddamn presser, because let me just say this. Yesterday, if you were living under a rock or you turned it on and you heard Jerry Jones talking about the Cowboys are the 24th best team because they pick a 24th, and you decided to turn that shit off, I completely understand. But Voch, what the hell was that? It was a pre-draft press conference that they talked about the draft maybe for 3 minutes. Just unbelievable that press conference last night or yesterday.
I'm surprised that the video is still public. I'm surprised that they haven't scrubbed it. I'm surprised that the Illuminati ain't came and got Jane yet. You know what I'm saying? But what I can at least appreciate, right? Because we always fuss at them for this, but we have to give them credit here. Media loves to like tiptoe sometimes, right? So, you know, we always talk, oh, so they better not let me ask about this. You know what I'm saying? So shouts out to them, you know, well, let me just say Pat NOC Walker. Let me shout out Jane in particular. Let me shout out, you know what I'm saying, some of these, because, you know what I'm saying, David Moore's still on that nonsense, though, Scott. Well, Voch said that. Voch said that. You know what I'm saying? Just nobody said that but Voch. But just a handful of our media cohorts, they ask tough questions. And just like we know that the Joneses are good for, they are going to tiptoe, double down, and sell you wolf tickets, sir. It just Jerry Jones sounds like he's been scamming his whole life. He sounds like he sent emails saying, "Hey, I've been kidnapped. I need $1 million in this bank." He sounds like he's been selling lies to people for a long time. So, hey, man, shouts out to your boy, but I'm not buying this guy.
It's funny because they open up the press conference. Hey, man, how's it going, Jerry? Everything all right? First of all, cap. Salary cap and scholarships and we just got to try to navigate it because it's tighter than a mosquito's ass, and we're just sitting here like,
well, we know that the Eagles do it, the 49ers do it, and the Lions.
Oh, he ain't even that coherent.
But we don't, because no other team in the league can.
He kept saying, "Them's the rules." I don't make them. Skywalker, you literally made the rules.
Skywalker Steele, he looked us right in the face and said, well, there are many teams that do it, but there's no way it can be done. What? What? Well, I know that a lot of these teams, they pay their quarterbacks. And when they pay their quarterbacks, they put talent around their quarterbacks. But that's impossible, so we don't do it.
Them's the rules.
Sky, hold on. I wasn't going to do this. But he somehow, did what he did. He said, think about when Dak was a rookie and Tony was on the credit card. Oh, yeah. And we had Dak for cheap, but we still ain't get him shit.
It was bad.
They talked in all the circles,
it was
sir.
So bad.
I wasn't here for it.
They got mad.
Video.
They was getting pissy.
I literally look. I'm like, bro, y'all ain't even had to say this. Y'all could have just not cut. Y'all didn't have to cut the camera on. Why are we even having this damn press conference?
And Mike McCarthy just sitting over there like, this is some bullshit.
That's what he talking to me.
Bro, they won 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Mike ain't said a word. And then Jerry was like, oh shit, Mike ain't talking. He was like, yeah, Mike, so why don't you tell him about that offensive line you was getting on me? And Mike said, shit, y'all can go keep going. Y'all ain't got to ask me nothing.
Sky, he said, well, Tyler playing guard. Oops, I mean, yo, look, he was Lil Wayne, dog. Well, he's playing guard. Oops, I mean guard. Oops, I mean Guar. Guar. Oops, I mean Sky. But basically, what I got from what they were saying yesterday, is we can't afford to pay people like everybody else does. Jane was like, hey, why aren't y'all working on it? They said, well, we are working on it. Clearly you're not, because when other teams want things to get done, they get it done. But ultimately, this draft class where you got nothing from none of them kids last year, apparently all those dudes are going to step up and play pivotal roles for you. So Sky, hold on. This is some Jerry Jones shit right here. So technically, Sky, this year, we got 2 draft classes coming in to make contributions for you. Sky, you got to think of the upside.
Yeah, let me slight correction. They can pay people, and they will, and they want to, but then they're saying, well, when we pay them, we can't build a good team around them.
It just can't happen
because
it's impossible.
Them is the rules. I didn't make them, even though I made the rules up, but them is the rules. That's basically what he is saying. And man, it was, again, for me, it was more comical, right? Because you got to laugh through the pain. I wasn't getting up in arms. I literally, when my man said, well, we're picking 24th, so that means we're the 24th best team in the league. Nobody corrected him. He's like the old grandpop that just say stuff, and everybody's like, "Hey, man, that's Gramps. Let him go."
Will Steele, Clarence Hill, Telegram.
I don't even got the button no more.
Okay, I was about to, of course I say. So, you're saying that the Dak Prescott situation is big cap? Follow-up question. Not really, but like, what's taking so long? Because like, you could pay that and save money and sign other people to help your football team. Right? That's what's going on.
I mean, they kind of asked that question. I think it was Jane who brought that up. Shouts out. I think John had a good question. Jane, Syed, Nick, NOC. So in all seriousness, they hear the noise.
Yeah.
But they don't feel the pressure. Can you press that button?
Did you hear what I said?
They hear the noise, but they don't feel the. But let me tell you why they don't feel the pressure. This motherfucker, at the end of everything, he said, "You see the scribble? You see his doodle?
What he do that for? What he do that for?
Taking it. Y'all think we stupid?" And he was like, "I don't mean to be elementary when I'm talking." Oh, so you insult my intelligence? You think we stupid? So they hear it. They want to defend themselves, but they don't really feel the because they ain't got no pressure. There's no pressure to them,
I forgot what he was saying, Scott, but since you just said that, he pronounced so many words wrong yesterday, it made me sick. I mean, they technically, like, if you sound them out, they might sound correct. I forgot what he said, Scott, but there was so many words. I'm like, man, that word don't make sense. Where that word come from? I was just sick of Jerry. You ever been with somebody and like, you love them when you first with them, so just everything that they do is okay, but like they sneeze funny 3 years later. You can't stay. They sneeze funny.
You breathing weird. Stop breathing.
Anything that I'm like, man, why he say rudimentary that way? Why?
Whatever he said. Yeah.
Eloquency. Why did he say that like that? I can't stand Jerry Jones. But Scott, I used to be growth.
I know. I almost said. I know.
Look, growth. I used to come on here and try.
Voch.
Hey, man.
You used to be, man. Y'all better leave Jason Garrett alone.
Scott, my patience has run thin. Thinnest boy. Look, I don't know what his thin ass, but hey, man, look, shouts out to him, bro. But I can't stand him no more.
Thin as Jerry's skin right now, I mean, because you know about not, bro. So last thing on this,
yes, sir.
Honestly, again, there was very very minimal that you could legitimately take away from a substance standpoint. But they hear us, but they don't feel us. Their deals are coming. I do think they will be signing some of these guys, but then they'll use that as well. We can't pay other guys. But at the end of the day, man, I don't think much was gained for the draft purposes. This was more of a let me defend myself.
Steven tried to play the victim yesterday. He said, and look, it sounded very conspiracy Illuminati. He said, "You don't think CD and Jefferson Angel are working together against us? You don't think they having conversations about money?"
He said, "Wait."
I'm like, bro. Don't mean one of them got to get paid first. They ain't getting paid at the same time.
And so, did somebody look? I don't want to go too far on this because it's more hilarious than anything. Did somebody press Jerry and it was like, well, how come it keeps taking y'all so long? He's like, that's just the way I like to do business. How come it's always a lot? I just like to do it that way.
I hope Charlotte Jones hire a GM. I hope Charlotte Jones Anderson hires a GM. When it's her team, I hope she hires a GM and we ain't got to worry about this, dog.
Hey, look, McClay sick of this shit. He didn't even show up for the presser. That's the draft presser. When they did their little pre-draft shit, they said, "Hey, Will, ain't even no point because we're not going to talk about the draft. We're not talking about
my boy, man. I'm building my boy.
And let me tell you why everybody be like, Will McClay, the general manager. This is how I know he ain't the general manager because he ain't go to that presser. Mm-hmm. They ain't say, well, Will McClay, how do you pay X, Y, Z? Will, like, shit. Y'all go ahead and deal with that. Now, you want to talk about drafts? You want to run a mock? Then come holler at me.
Something I will say though, Scott, because there were some things that were relatively interesting.
There was some things that you could pull out of substance. Sure.
Stephen Jones could have talked about a lot of young people.
That boy brought up John Stevens.
He brought up John Stevens,
didn't he?
He brought up John Stevens, Scott. Like, he skipped over Junior Fajoko. He skipped over Eric Scott. He ain't said nothing about, hey, we're going to get Deuce Vaughn. He said, hey, man, on the real, John Stevens was about to make the team.
Yeah.
He was about to make the team. And I think they're expecting some things from John Stevens. So what I might do, Scott, I may do a very funny type reaction video, and not even serious, but just saying good things about the real points and laughing at the nonsense that they said yesterday. Sure. But I did think that some of that stuff made a little bit of sense.
They gave a lot of creators some content Whether it's to laugh at, whether it's to some people are going to get up in arms for the content purposes, or just literal talking points. There's a lot that you can talk about.
Sure.
Me personally, because there's a lot of us here, so I'll tune in to y'all do it. I just want to laugh at that thing. There wasn't a whole lot for me to come out of it, and I much rather focus on the draft tomorrow. Speaking of which,
that's facts.
Me, Foots, Voch, our first. I mean, we've done it before, but we'll have our first edition of the draft show live coverage with analysis and putting together. I mean, you won't see a draft show like tomorrow within this whole thing, unless you go on like ESPN or something like that. It's going to be like that. So make sure y'all tune in for that. In the meantime,
Scott, last year we did day 2, and we really thought we was gonna kick it. We thought it was just gonna be we'll just get some little views and just talk about this. But it ended up being very informational, very fun, very hilarious, and people enjoyed the shit out of it. And we didn't think day 2 was gonna go crazy like that. We had some crazy numbers day 2. So we're gonna do that, multiply it times 5, and do it for day 1 and day 2 this year. So we ain't gonna do everything for all the bells and whistles on day 1.
We'll see. Day 2 we'll see.
We gonna kick it again. We gonna chill again day 2, like we did last. But day 1's gonna be day 1 gonna be 10 times. 10 times.
Man. Yeah. So let's let's go ahead and do this thing and do our first edition of this NFL mock draft 1 point only. And it's kind of a bit of a teaser of what you're going to get tomorrow in regards to jumping into the war room. All right, I love to do that every draft. I go into the war room during the draft tomorrow, because it'll be an all 32 production. So if you're tuning in for strictly Cowboys, it won't be strictly Cowboys, but we will jump into the war room, where the war room is designated for the Cowboys. So make sure y'all tune in for that. Even if you're a fan of another team, we're going to break down that player for your team. But today we're strictly doing Cowboys mock draft, and I decided to use Voch Pro Football Network mock draft simulator. I like it. I like the trades it provides. It seems a bit more realistic-ish. But I'm gonna tell you something right now. When I start this thing, if Caleb Williams ain't going the first pick, I'm probably gonna start off, because that's just bullshit. I don't want it to be fake. So that's how we're gonna do it. So let's lay the ground rules here. We're gonna do 6-round mock draft, Voch. We're going to keep it on slow speed. Okay. We'll break down some of the picks in between time. In the meantime, Voch, if you see something interesting, it trade up, trade down, we'll take calls, things like that. We'll even go into the chat and see what you guys are thinking. Maybe drop a poll or something like that for a particular pick. At the end of the day, though, we're the Jerry Jones of the situation, so we making the damn pick whether you like it or not.
That's the rules.
Okay? And then maybe we'll do another one where we get a little bit more crazy, but I would like to look at this first one, Voch.
Yes, sir.
As a potential trade down mock draft, because as we know, as we've been told, they are aggressively pursuing a trade down option unless a specific player is there. And even if they are, I think you got to look at the rest of the draft and say, well, can I slide back, grab an extra pick, and still get that player or still get a quality player like him? Because Dallas needs it. Every time you do a mock draft, bro, after you get past that 3rd round, you're like, shit. Mm-hmm. They need extra picks.
Yep. And, just for, context and clarity, when we make these picks, it'll be a combination of what I think the Cowboys will do.
Yes.
But if I was their advisor, right? So, for example, if Tyler Guyton is sitting there, I'm not going to recommend these people draft Tyler Guyton. You know what I'm saying? So don't even ask me.
It's not happening.
Don't
even ask.
I'm drafting a running back in the 1st round before I draft Tyler Guyton. So just chat, don't ask. So, all right, let's do it.
Okay, here we go. We're going to go, like I said, 6 rounds, normal speed. Let's start this thing.
So, Skywalker, Steele, you mean to tell me Walker's not going to make it to us? You mean to tell me? I got to start thinking about contingency plans just in case Fautanu and Fuaga don't make it to me, sir?
I don't think they will. But so far, we're off to a great start here. Caleb Williams did go number 1 overall, so that the realistic part I feel is there, and we'll leave it at the rest. Here we go. Drake May goes number 2. JJ McCarthy, Malik Neighbors, Marvin Harrison, Rome Odunze, Terrion Arnold, Jaden Daniels, and let's pause it here. Alu Fashanu and Joe Alt. This feels very realistic, Voch.
Yeah, I think that's about what's going to happen. I don't think Terrion Arnold's gonna go that high. You know, I think there's gonna be a heavy run for the offensive side of the ball early. So quarterback, wide receiver, offensive line, that year to get it. I think teams will probably feel that I can find a corner next year. I can find a corner later in this draft. So the Tennessee Titans in particular, and they got a lot of needs, so they could go whatever they want to do right here. And you know, I mean, they're not winning the Super Bowl tomorrow. Right. So the Tennessee Titans could draft anybody, but I don't think it's Arnold right here. I think they'll most likely get a wide receiver to go with Burks to try to groom Levis, or they'll get an offensive lineman because Peter Skoronski that they drafted last year is not good in real life. So shouts out to them.
And the Cardinals are supposedly ready to trade that 4th pick. Now, it didn't happen in this mock draft, but from all accounts, from what we're hearing, is that they will be trying to trade that 4th overall pick when they get on the clock. They want that on the clock tax.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And I can see it. And in this draft, you got the Vikings trading up to 8. And they probably save a couple picks by not trading up to 4 for whatever reason the Cardinals didn't trade out. But this is realistic in the sense of they want a quarterback. And Jaden Daniels didn't go 2nd overall, so they take the quarterback at 8. And then your top, I believe your top 2 tackles go 9 and 10 here, Joe Alt and Fashanu. I feel like Joe Alt will go higher. I feel like maybe Tennessee even.
So the Cardinals have a bunch of picks to where they can be aggressive and move around if move around if they want to, but not just the first round. Will still get jealous about this. They got 4, 27, 35, 66, 71, and 90. That's all of their top 100 picks.
Yeah,
And then
here it goes right here.
Okay, cool. There you go. And then they got 104 in the 4th round. So if you the Cardinals, if you want to add to that, I think this is a fantastic opportunity to, hold somebody ransom, right? Like, hey, if you want JJ McCarthy or some nonsense. In this example, somebody trading up to get Jaden Daniels. Let's just say Jaden Daniels got a bad attitude. The Washington Football Wizards gave they putting out bad rumors about him. Let's just say that he does fall and the Vikings do end up getting him here. Or just let's just say he's on the board at 4. You can call around because there are plenty of teams that need quarterbacks. You can add to this ransom. And you can still draft and build your roster. But the one thing we always gotta think about is that if you're the Cleveland Browns, do you take Pat Mahomes or do you get the 3 first-round picks that end up being David Njoku or Peppers and some other nonsense, right? Do you take the dude or do you get the picks? I think in this situation, the Cardinals need dudes. So they'll probably just hang around and just keep that guy and maybe trade 27th overall.
I was just about to say, hey, the Cardinals are 100% a trade down partner for the Cowboys, so let's keep an eye on that once we get down here. Let's go ahead and resume the draft here, get the next 5 picks. Verse, Turner, Fuaga, Latu, and Bowers go off the board. Here we are at, let's go ahead to 17, or 20. Let's get the top 20. Oh. All right, the next 10 picks. Jared Verse. Get out of here. Jared Verse, Dallas Turner, Talisi Fuaga, Latu, Brock Bowers, Keon Mitchell, J.C. Latham, and Troy Fatcham. So we are seeing the run, right? You get to 9. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the next 10 picks are offensive linemen and Voch. They're some of our favorite guys.
But, what I'm at least liking is some of these, defensive players getting involved now. Like they're coming to the party, right? Like, hey, go ahead and get Chop, get Terrion Arnold, add Johnny Newton to the, to this mix or whatever, and push more offensive players down to us or whatever. So Latu, he's another player that is technically in Dallas land because of the injury or whatever. But if we just talking about a player, Latu should be in the 10s somewhere in the top 10s or 11s or 12s or whatever. So Will Steele, can you show me what offensive lineman I got left?
All right, let's take a look at it, man. O-line, offensive guard. Let's go here. So Graham is still available. Okay. Jackson Powers Johnson, Zach Frazier. In regards to centers, offensive guards. I mean, we're really no first round offensive guards here. So let's look at tackles. So Amarius Mims, Guyton.
All right, so we only got 2 tackles. All right, cool.
No, Jordan Morgan. You like Morgan.
We got Mims and Jordan Morgan. What you talking about?
Yeah. Mims and Jordan Morgan is still available.
We got 2. Yeah, I'm not looking at Guyton. I'm not looking at Kingsley. Patrick Paul shouldn't even be on the screen right now.
Yeah, not for first round. These guys, there's only a few first rounders we're looking at.
Yeah. But also, we'll still click on defense and show me some of the D-line options that we have. Show me the edge and the tackle option. Because if we get wiped out at offensive line, in my personal opinion, I would rather take the best defender there than to take a tackle that I don't like. I think that's a real-life conversation Cowboy fans got to have with themselves.
Byron Murphy.
You would much rather have Byron, and it's just my own personal opinion. You would much rather have Byron Murphy than to have Tyler Guy. You would much rather have Darius Robinson than to have Tyler Guy. But that's my own personal opinion.
In draft world, by the way, is audio fine here, Cowboys Nation? I want to make sure we're good. In draft world, I think you're absolutely right when you talk about your board. Cowboys, though, they keep talking about how the young bucks have to step up. And do you really feel like if Byron Murphy is sitting there at 24, that they'll take another defensive tackle? Especially one who, for all intents and purposes, may not. Again, we're talking about rotation anyway, but he's not going to start. But he could be your next guy once Osa's gone. And for me, if you take Byron Murphy, Osa's gone. I don't think you're re-signing Osa. I think he's going after this year. So in draft world, it makes sense because he's the best player. In Cowboy land, will they go back-to-back defensive tackles?
Sure.
That's the question.
Plus, if you want to get better versus the run, Byron Murphy and Darius Robinson are some dudes that can do it for you. And they offer their own pass rush advantages as well. But if you're in this win now window, I don't think Tyler Guyton is a guy that's going to help you win right now. He can probably help you win later. You know, like once his contract over with, he'll probably like be a better player than in the 5th year or something like that. But I don't want to. Okay. I don't want to waste a pick, but go ahead.
Let's see what happens as we get to our pick. Here we go. Nate Wiggins, Cooper DeJean, Byron Murphy. Okay. So we'll get to the trades here in a second. So, man, Byron Murphy, you were just talking about him potentially being a guy. He's gone off the board. Cooper DeJean, the Eagles, get your boy as well. Cooper DeJean. And then the Dolphins did us a favor. They did not take an offensive lineman. They took Nate Wiggins at corner because they did cut one of their corners, and so they needed one. So now the Cowboys are on the board, Voch, and these are the top guys left. Amarius Mims, Brian Thomas Jr., Graham Barton.
It's a good problem to have.
We're not really looking at quarterback here. The Cowboys pretty much told you that ain't happening. Jackson Powers Johnson, A.D. Mitchell, Jordan Morgan, I think, is involved here. For them, Tyler Guyton's involved here. So you got Mims, Barton, Powers Johnson as offensive linemen you're interested in that are still here. And then from a wide receiver standpoint, Brian Thomas Jr. didn't go yet, and I know a lot of people would be interested in that. So where's our thinking here? You want to look at these trades?
You can look at them, but I know exactly what I want. I'm not about to mess around, sir. So, it is two blinking lights right now. One of them is
staring right at you.
One of them is a center and one of them is an offensive tackle. And the one thing I don't want to do is play a game of chicken. Now, if this is the draft that we're doing with trades or whatever, this would be a great time to try to move back a couple of picks. Like if you can get another pick to move back to 26.
Yes.
Mims, Barton, Jackson Powers Johnson. One of them going to be there.
I mean, regardless, I think you have to look at that, Voch.
Sure.
Like I know the guy is there. Barton is staring at you, and this is a pick where I think they may stand pat and do it. But let's take a look at these trade offers, man.
Sure.
So the first one, Cowboys give up pick 24, 174, and the Indianapolis Colts go 46, 82, and then next year you get a bunch of picks. I'd imagine
if they got drunk and look, Jim Irsay got drunk and high and called us and said, "Hey man, you want 46 and 82?" Boy, got my
nah. So hey, Will McClay, what are we thinking? What are we thinking, Will? What's going on here?
Hey, bro, you got a phone call.
You gonna hand the phone off to Steven? Steven like, man, get the guy with that. So we're no on this trade offer, right? All right, let's go. Let's see the next trade offer. Bing. Okay, now Voch, we're talking here. Kansas City picks up the phone.
Hey, bro, you got a phone call.
Hey, Will, we'll give you 32 and 64. You want to come up 8 slots?
For the interest of the exercise, Will.
No. This is 1 point only. We don't want to do it on the interest. Definitely the first one. I want to really, really go through this like we in a war room. This is for real. Kansas City called last year and did the same thing, Voch. and they stood pat and arguably took, this is no knock on Mozzie, took a worse graded player than some of the dudes on the board, would they do it again?
These are the conversations that you're having with yourself, okay? These are the conversations. You would love to have 64 overall. You would love to have that, right? I don't even need your goofy ass 4th round pick. Just give me 64 and we can go party right now. But here's the issue with 64, okay? I don't want to just be the guy that's going, okay, let me see what tackles are there later if I hate them.
Right.
Or let's just say if I don't think that they're like a super quality player. I'm not in the business of passing on dudes, okay? Now, the tackle, like Mims is a dude. Barton is a dude, and let's just say for conversation, Brian Thomas is a dude right now. Jackson Powers is a dude, Will Steele. If I'm trading back three spots, I feel good about who's there. If I'm trading back 8, if the run is
fair,
Mims, Thomas, Barton, Powers, Robinson, and Murphy. Well, Murphy gone, but like if that's the run,
right.
If that's the run, and now we at pick 32. We got pick 64 now, but now I'm staring at Tyler Guyton. You know what I'm saying? I just want to be in a situation where I'm comfortable with the player that I'm trading away from. If I'm comfortable with that player not being on my team, then I'm trading back. But the inverse of that is hey, we need a whole bunch of dudes because our draft class didn't do very much for us last year. And if there's any strength and value to this draft in particular, it's right where 64 is at. It's second and third round and maybe like mid 4th round. That's where all the super value is. So if I'm just from a team building standpoint, then I would say, hey, give me pick 64 and we can talk. But Sky, what if I'm in a win now mode and I want the better dude that's going to help me win right now?
We are. I want you to don't talk about the hypotheticals of well, you know, maybe I would take this in another world. Nah, we in this world. Would you take it or not? And you're making a great point of there's dudes here right now and 8 picks. There may not be that particular type of dude there. There may be another offer. Let's go see here. Okay, and now you're trading out of the first round. You're going 10 with the Patriots. They'll give you 68. So that's just a no. Mm-hmm. I would rather take that. So you kind of brought up Brian Thomas Jr. in light there. Mm-hmm. You know how I feel about wide receiver. This draft is deep enough to where I can get my wide receiver on day 2 if I need to absolutely take a wide receiver. Here's why I'm in favor of the trenches. And, man, shouts out to my guy, B. Bird. We've been talking a lot. He actually posted something today on Twitter that, I mean, this just gives you the numbers right there, at least from last year. He said 2023 playoffs, 300-yard passes were 2-6. 12 out of the 13 winners passed for less than 300 yards. Teams with the most passing yards were 4-9. Teams with the most rushing yards were 10-3. Fix the run game. Fix the run defense. What have I been talking about all offseason? And you've brought up a great point. I mean, an amazing point. Dak Prescott can elevate the wide receiver. I trust him to elevate the wide receivers more than I trust Mike Solari and Mike McCarthy to elevate the offensive linemen, say Hoffman or Austin Richards or whomever. So you talk about dudes, get me dudes up front. Get me dudes that's going to help me in the run game when the playoffs start, right? Get me dudes that if I'm not going to have a scheme that is amazing, at least I got guys that can block their ass off and create lanes. And for me, I'm looking at Powers, Johnson, and Graham Barton right here, Voch, as my options. And honestly, I'm starting to maybe value center just as much as left tackle. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to go as far as more, and maybe you could argue more, because we've seen since Frederick has left, we haven't quite been the same down the middle of our offense since he was gone and how important he is. And you play center, Voch. It's tough. You know, you got to read things pre-snap. You're helping the quarterback out. You got to reach. You know, you got to be quick enough to get to the second level, strong enough to anchor and hold the pocket. Not saying that left tackle is not important because it's your blind side of your quarterback, but center is so important, man. So I'm staring at Barton and Powers Johnson right here, Voch.
Let me ask you and the chat this, Will Steele. Let me ask y'all this. If we're the Cowboys and you know what we need center, we need tackle. We're not the biggest fans of Kingsley. We're not the biggest fans of Tyler Guyton. Let me ask everybody this. Voch says this, you in the chat. If your pick was 32, would you trade up to get one of these guys? I think that's something that you would have to ask yourself, right? Because if you had 32, and boy, I need tackle, I need center.
Well, we know what the Chiefs are trading up for.
Sure,
Brian Thomas Jr.
Wide receiver, right? 100%. So just ask yourself, man, if I'm the Cowboys, right? Would I trade up to go get Graham Barton because I want Graham Barton, I don't want nobody else to get him? Do I want Mims? I don't want nobody else to get him. I think that's what you got to ask yourself. And if you, as the Chiefs, would trade up, then you take the pick. In this situation, Will, still, just because I feel like I got sort of a black belt in this thing, I'll take the extra pick because I could do so much with it. I want to take Barton right here. I don't want to get cute. I want to take Powers Johnson right here. But I'll take 64.
Let's get 64.
Yep.
So now we're back on the phones and Voch is, Voch McClay done tucked us off the ledge here of taking the alignment. So basically we're like, hey, look, I get it, man. We got dudes staring at us, but we absolutely need a 4th round pick, third. We need an extra pick. Mm-hmm. We don't do free agency. We need an extra pick. So we're gonna hope one of these dudes fall to us, which is very possible. And if they don't, I mean, maybe you get in the 2nd round. There's still Zach Frazier that's sitting there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
about to roll some dice, guy. About to roll some dice, guy. Come on.
All right, we are going to pick up the phones and we're going to call.
Hey, bro, you got a phone call.
Who's that? Brett Veach.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Brett. We're going to go ahead and look at this deal now. Do you want to? Now you know me. I'm trying to swindle.
Mm-hmm. I can get a 6. Can I?
Yeah,
hey man, throw in a 6.
You want to counter this thing, or are we good here?
Man, I'm straight, dog. I don't, you know what I'm saying?
Let me see how many picks they got.
Chiefs
95. They're not going to do that. They ain't give a 64 or 95. So let's just
wait. Call him real quick.
You want to try to get 95 too?
See if we can get their 4th round pick for our 5th round pick.
So we're gonna counter.
So we'll give them our 1st and our 5th. So 174. So
our late 4th, you mean? I was just saying late 4th. That's a 5th, ain't it?
That's a 5th. Yeah.
I should say 5th.
We ain't got a 4th. So
right.
24 and 174 for 32. 64.
You try to wipe these boys out. How bad do you want
131? 131.
How bad do you want Brian Thomas?
Not 95, 131.
131? Yeah, 95 might be a bit much. Okay, I like that because now we're jumping up 40 spots.
Moving up a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, let's propose it. So we get 32, 64, 131. They get 174. So we jump up a little bit. Here we go.
Real.
Okay.
Real looks right there.
Okay, now let's see what happens. And they came up for cool. Oh, okay, A.D. Mitchell. So it wasn't Brian Thomas Jr., it was A.D. Mitchell. Same thing, wide receiver. So it makes sense here.
And we rolling dice. Come on.
Okay, here we go. Graham Barton going, no, Voch.
Shit, right after
he went to Arizona.
It's cool. Come on.
Michael Penix goes to Lions. Okay. Christian Haynes and Tyler Guyton goes off the board.
Boy, we doing backflips in the goddamn drive. We get this, boy. Boy, we doing backflips. We hoping the chair we can get this, man.
Let's go, baby.
Oh, that's a double whammy. Look, not only do we get Mims, we get the picks, and the 49ers got Guyton, boys. You crazy? Boy, we doing flips in the room.
Hey, dog, you do them dice. Hey, Will, I gotta give it to you, Will. Will.
Oh man,
you rolled the dice, and and 2 of your guys was there. You know. So
see if you can call Tampa Bay and move back.
No. We want to stay around 1 at this damn point, right?
We'll stay
There's
around
no
1.
trade offer anyway. Okay. So here we are. We lost one of our guys, and it was Graham Barton. We lost one of them, but we have Marius Mims still here, and we got Jackson Powers Johnson. And boy, I know a lot of people are worried about Mims playing left tackle. I think he can do it. I think he's athletic enough. I don't think he has been molded in the sense enough at right tackle, Voch, to where it's a problem because he was a swing tackle anyway in college. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I feel like he can be molded to do left tackle things. Powers Johnson, we received great news the other day. Where's my button at? Per sources, Powers Johnson got a clean bill of. Can I quote this? I'll make sure I don't want nobody to quote me wrong. So give me a second. I'll find the actual quote on Powers Johnson.
Let me know when you're ready. But what Will Steele is alluding to is that there was this noise that. Go ahead.
So I'm going to read the last part. His team gave him a clean bill of health. So that's positive news. And a team doctor told our source that the whole concussion thing, there was only 2 throughout his entire college career, not the multiples that were reported. So he's been given a clean bill of health moving forward. And if that's the case, there is nothing else that stops me from looking at Powers Johnson as a guy that's going to dominate at center for the next decade.
And Sky, if we're going to stay true to my offensive line board, and if we're going to stay, you know what I'm saying, true to the rankings and what I think is important and what I think is going to help this team right now, just like you alluded to earlier, and you said it perfectly, honestly, sir. We have to value center a little bit more. We have to start valuing centers. When you first go to football school, the first thing that they teach you about run game is you got to deal with A gap and you've got to block the mic. A gap and block the mic. Everybody write that down because it will be on the test. We'll be having these conversations in August, September, November. We'll still. And honestly, when we look back at Tyler Biadasz, it was a whole bunch of when we didn't have success, run and passing game. It would be a combination of, okay, we didn't deal with the one tech really well. Are we good?
Oh, please don't. Are we good, y'all? Make sure.
Straight.
Do not you mess this up. We doing some good things here today.
We straight.
I think we straight. We just had a bit of a. Let me make sure. Let me see. Chat, we straight.
We're buffering, but they can hear us.
We're buffering. Okay, I ain't gonna try to do nothing else. Let me just go ahead and we just gonna do this. All right, I think we good, Voch. I was gonna try to run some film, but I'm chilling.
Yeah, you won't touch that. Look, you're doing too much. You got too much dip on you.
I got too much dip on my chest.
That guacamole thick, man.
Chilling.
But when we would watch film on Biadasz, though, Sky, 2 things that were apparent is that we couldn't deal with dudes in the A gap, and him climbing to second level, he never really dealt with the Mike linebacker very well. So we would always have problems in the run game, and in the passing game, we know that Dak can deal with the tackles because his whole career, Dak has had nonsense at tackle. Yeah, when Tyron is there, he is Tyron, but what about the Cams, Fleming and Irving? What about, Ty and Secchi? What about that Eagles game when Terrence Steele went out there and got whooped on the right side? And it could have been 8 sacks, but Dak is such a gangster, he can navigate the pocket in that way. So in my mind, Skywalker Steele, we would get much more of a benefit from improving at center than trying to improve at tackle. We have options at tackle, whether we're gonna roll with whoever it is and just let Dak run, just run pocket movement or whatever. But I don't think we can go into another season being bad at center. And this is a year where the centers are as good as they've ever been. And it's not like normal center, right? Where they take the smallest offensive lineman and make him a center, or the least powerful guy and they just try to hide him. Jackson Powers Johnson is humongous. Jackson Powers Johnson leans on you. Jackson Powers Johnson in a pinch next year, if you want to draft another center, he can go play guard for you. Jackson Powers Johnson is a gangster, and he makes your run game and your pass pro so much better. If there's a 0 lined up over Jackson Powers Johnson, offhand, anchor, you're not going to bully Jackson Powers Johnson, Wilson. If it's not obvious, I'm trying to draft my center from Oregon.
I'm not going to fight you here, man. Let's go ahead and take Jackson Powers Johnson. We got a clean bill of health from him. He's going to come in, and I think he's going to make your run game better right now. He's going to give you that ass whoop. Next year, we definitely got to do our ass whoop ratings. Ass whoop rating 10 out of 10 for Jackson Powers Johnson. So our next pick, as a bunch of picks are going off the board here, we can pause it at 45. We have 56, 64, and 87. And the following 10 picks want Jalen Polk, you dropped something on him the other day. Mm-hmm. Darius Robinson, Rakeshaw, Kingsley went 36 to Washington, and then Mims went to 37. Morgan, so we're seeing that tackle run, right? That kind of third tier tackle run, or second tier, depending on if you look at Mims. TJ Tampa, Keon Coleman, Cooper Beebe, Max Melton, Lad McConkey, my guy. Bo Nix goes to Oakland or Las Vegas, and then Cameron Kitchens. Nothing too crazy, I think, right here. Let's keep it moving. Tyler Newman, Xavier Legette.
Also, too, though,
Malachi Corley went 51. Say again?
Oh my God, Malachi Corley at 51 makes me sick. But what I really like about this, though, Will, still, is that safeties are getting involved right now, and we ain't really looking at Yeah, we ain't really looking at safety right now. So y'all can take all the safeties you want. You really want safety to have a big run early in the second, push those guys down.
All right, we're almost here. Let's keep it moving. Edrin Cooper gone. Braswell, Rook. Who is it? Ruke. Now, here we go. We're on the board, Voch. At 56, Zach Frazier still here. So maybe we could have took Mims and then took Zach Frazier right here, but you just don't know. I think, I feel about Powers Johnson. I think dude's going to be ridiculous. So the top ratings here for these guys are Frazier, Benson, Patrick Paul, Michael Hall Jr., Nealon, Sanat, and Peyton Wilson. All right, this is where I think the draft starts for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Day 2. Day 1 is going to be hard to mess up. Day 2 is where you're probably going to take a guy that's going to be all over the place depending on who you look at from a consensus standpoint. So the Cowboys got their center situation taken care of. Do you dare go look at double dipping like you talked about? Because I think the double dip thing, the conversation starts if you take center. If you take a tackle, I think you say, well, you know what, we'll wait a little bit on the center. Or do you say, okay, let's go look at some of these receivers, let's go look at the running backs, let's go look at defensive tackle, et cetera. Where we want to move here?
Scott, real fast, let me just say this. Foster King is in the chat, and we drafted offensive line with Brian Thomas and Keon Coleman on the board. Yeah, boy. So, Scott, at this point, I think you have to have targets in mind, right? I'm taking here, I'm taking here.
Peyton Wilson's still there.
You know what I'm saying? So, in this part, second round, right? Let's just say offensive tackles. I'm looking at them like I have a dude in mind. You know who we talking about. And they're going to take him later. Just for realism purposes, Scott, I'm taking that dude in the third before anybody else can get hands on him. But we'll cross that road whenever we get there. So I'm not looking at tackle right now.
Okay.
I think
By the way, the tackles that are available right now, Roger Rosengarten. I love Roger. I think he got left tackle traits. I know his anchor needs he needs to work on strength, but I think this dude is going to be a steal. I'm higher on Kieran than you are. But I know what you mean though. By like he ain't whooping the Brown kids down in, down out. But the size, I do think I like the way he moves. I think there's something to him. We get a little leany, but I like him. I like him a little more than you do.
Sure.
Other than that, besides our boy Christian, I'm not seeing too many guys I'm willing to put on that left side. So I hear what you're saying right now. But what position are you looking at?
And also, too, to that point, some of those guys at tackle that we may like those guys. It's studs at running back right now. It's studs at linebacker right now. It's a dude at D tackle we should be thinking about. And it's studs at wide receivers. These are real life conversations. Scott, can I look at the edges real quick?
Yep, sure.
Who's at edge? Because I know edge is definitely gonna run out.
But there's a whole thing about moving inside and outside and Trice. Nealon, I mean.
Perfect. No. None of these guys.
I wouldn't do any of these. I'm not taking the edge in second round, but
and just one more thing I want to cross out. Take a look at D tackle for me. Who's up there for D tackle?
Yeah, a lot of our guys we like are there, man. Hall Jr., Fisk, Smith, Carter, Sweat, so McKinley Jackson, but these are later.
Some I think is gonna have to be a real life conversation is the game of chicken involving Sweat. Where is if he had a clean bill of off-season health, right? Like he didn't go partying, he didn't go crash the car, he didn't have a DUI, whatever, right? He didn't go to jail. Where would you take Sweat, right? And I think most people say like mid-second or something like that. But then you got to compound that with the game of chicken and go, all right, where are teams taking him now? Like, is he off boards now? He's like a fourth. So he can go anywhere between the second and the fourth. So we as a front office, we have to decide when are we going to play chicken with Sweat. I don't want to take him right now, though, because I think linebacker.
I think he can fall.
I think he could fall too. In real life, he's definitely going to fall. But in this situation, I'm definitely looking at linebacker and I'm looking at running backs. I think that's what makes sense to me right now. And running back stretch is a little further.
Running back stretch, man. I mean, technically, Jonathan Brooks is a like if we strictly doing Cowboys, I feel like they probably just run to the podium with Jonathan Brooks. It just feels that way. But
do you think that's chum in the water, or do you think that's like some Dr. Cooper nonsense?
I don't. But I would say chum in the water if this wasn't what they do.
Yeah, this
is exactly what they do. You know what I'm saying? And I think the kid is amazing. But coming off an ACL, is he going to be that guy year one? I don't know. And if we're building towards the future, like they talked a lot about the future, then maybe they could look at Jonathan Brooks as, okay, yeah, maybe year one he's kind of a RB2-ish type of back. Maybe he'll elevate to be the RB1 guy, but we're not going to treat him as a workhorse. We know the Cowboys love to treat these running backs as workhorses, which I hate. Like, I think you got to treat them in a committee or a duo approach. But yeah, Brooks feels Dr. Cooper did the surgery. This is the round they love to do risky picks, Voch. They love it. Last year they took an injury dude that was 89 years old in the second round.
How about this guy? Hit all, and let's just see what BPA would be right now. BPA
Benson and Frazier. So it'll be Benson. We're not doing Paul, and it'll be one of these defensive tackles or linebackers. So, I mean, and tags are touching for them with Peyton Wilson and Brooks, and that actually makes sense.
It does. It does. Where you at on Braden Fisk? Where you at on him? I
like him. I like him a lot, but I'm just not in the.
I need one tech.
In the world, yeah, I'm not in the world of three tech. But you could be. You need defensive tackle in general, Voch. Mm-hmm. That's the problem. You don't got depth. So if they took Braden, I think he's a fantastic player, and he might beat out somebody.
Show me wide receiver. Show me wide receiver.
I mean, a lot of them too.
Yeah, show me wide receiver real quick. I can get these dudes.
I think this is crazy that Jermaine Burton's here at 110. They must really, the off field is crazy, I guess.
Yeah, he like to fight his coaches and cuss people out. So running back right here, Scott. You think that makes sense right now? Let's just get Trey Benson right now, Scott.
I'm feeling. So what we got? Let me look at our picks here. What was it? 87. I'm hoping and praying. As a particular linebacker, I'm looking here and I'm looking at the future. And I know you don't like Junior. Peyton Wilson got injury concerns, but one of them two, I think, is going to be my future middle linebacker. Mm-hmm. And I would just hope one of them would fall. But if you're looking at running back here, I think Brooks is better.
Okay.
But Brooks with the ACL and Benson is day one coming right now. But golly, bro, there's so many backs. Like I'll take Marshawn Lloyd later. I'll take Isaac Rendo later. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go linebacker then. Let's go linebacker.
I would take somebody different. Well, linebacker for me and Cowboy fans ain't gonna like it because Peyton Wilson.
It's easy.
But I mean, this is, to me, you got some of, if not the best linebacker film in the draft. The injuries are the concern, though. So if you're gonna take an injury guy, Wilson or Brooks?
Scott, he's healthier than damn. Hold on, Scott. Don't forget though, sir.
I'm about to say, you want me to mute you?
We got pick 64.
Oh, you're right. Our next pick is in 10 picks.
We got pick 64.
So do you want to say, you know what? Let's go ahead and jump the running back?
If you walk out of here with Jonathan Brooks and Peyton Wilson, that's a win for everybody, Scott. But which one goes first? Give me Peyton Wilson right now. Peyton Wilson right now, Scott. And then my very next pick, we can have this conversation again. Peyton Wilson is healthier than Jonathan Brooks. He ain't been hurt in 2 years. Don't look at
Peyton, at the second level.
Don't look at Peyton Wilson as this 12-year investment, okay? He's a second-round pick. He don't even have fifth-year option for him. See if you can get fantastic linebacker play for the next 4 years. He's a high-ceiling player right now. Can come in and start. He's better than Damone Clark right now. He probably not healthier, but he's better than Damone Clark right now. I'm taking Peyton Wilson right here, Scott.
In 2024, the instincts you're going to get between Peyton Wilson and who's the linebacker we said? Eric Kendricks. Bro, it's going to be night and day from what you've seen over the last few years. So, all right, we're going to turn the car with Peyton Wilson right here. And he has a 30 visit, so this is obviously a realistic type of pick. So let's see. We're at 64. Okay, let's get to 60. All right, so after Peyton went, Zach went, Patrick Paul went, Roger Rosengard, my guy, went, Braylon Trice. So we still got some guys here. Let's go to all here. Marshawn Nealon, go Trey and
Benson,
then Carson.
It's Jonathan Brooks staring us right in the face. Yeah,
Jonathan Brooks is still staring us in the face in the second round. They just the Baltimore Ravens, which I mean, shit, if they get Trey Benson to pair with, oh boy, they don't necessarily need him, but. Yeah. He's still there. Linebackers are still. I feel like Brett might have still been there. So, but either way, we were looking at Jonathan Brooks and Peyton Wilson. They both, I felt like, would have been there. Comparing to their board, I know you were looking at wide receiver. Really love Ricky Pearsall.
What's my next pick? What's my next pick after this? So
87.
I can know.
So we got 23 more picks in between. All right, and this is what we got right now: Powers, Johnson, and Wilson. We're addressing, front seven and offensive line so far. I think we got to start turning our attention to maybe some skill positions.
I'm like, show me corners real fast, guy. I'm just curious. I'm not gonna take one, but just show me corners. Just show me corners.
There you go.
Okay, so I'm gonna keep my eye on some of these guys for later. Not now, but 87. I think corner makes sense for 87 or 131. We got linebacker, we got center.
So probably looking at running back, defensive tackle, wide receiver. And this is the point where you get a little in trouble of, okay, we did pick up an extra pick.
Yeah.
You got 4 picks to address in the top 100 positions of need, but you still got more positions of need than you got picks, right? Like you're sitting here at 64 and 87, you still need you still need a defensive tackle, you still need a running back, you still need an offensive tackle unless you're kicking out Tyler Smith, which, you know me, I do it, but you don't want to do that. So
I'm about to sell you on all the off-field issues, guys, man, because I'm about to ask you about Sweat.
Here we go.
I'm about to ask you about Sweat, man.
He's still there.
Look, Jackson Powers concussions, Jonathan Brooks and Peyton Wilson knees. This is gonna be an all field draft.
This is gonna be the all aggressive, all in draft. Right?
This all in for real. You gotta shoot. But
I am not opposed. Now we in the third, Voch. This is different than the first and second round.
Yeah,
because you do need a DT. You need to get better.
You need a one tech.
You need a one tech, and maybe they don't look at Mozzie as a pure one, but they're gonna ask. And look, even if they view him as a pure one, T'Vondre Sweat would do a lot more nose and zero, right?
And this is the year where you really want to have 3-tech problems. There's a ton of 3-techs. It's so like Michael Hall, Braden Fisk, Mason probably do some B gap stuff, but they'll probably put him in A gap. Dwayne Carter, man, these are threes, and I love all these guys at threes, but we don't know what you're getting from Mozzie. We know we're getting from Osa. I have no clue what Mozzie's gonna look like, and that's what's kind of pushing me to go.
But bro, I don't know if I could take him over Jonathan Brooks. I think I'd roll the dice one more. Like if I'm gonna go defensive tackle here, I gotta say, okay, I gotta compare it to the running back. And I like running backs. Like I like the depth at the running back situation, right? But man, that'd be tough for me to take him over Jonathan Brooks.
Show me wide receiver one more time, Scott. Show me
We're starting to get into that. I love Jalen McMillan too.
I love Ricky and Jalen.
And Ricky.
I love Jalen and Ricky. But I think
Jermaine, like if them seriously can get Jermaine Burton, bro, with pick 131. Now let's look at the trade offers.
That's something else too, those guys.
It's only one.
Nah, man. Eastside Harold on coke, man. Get them out.
Yeah, they want us to go down 20 more picks and we only pick up, and next year's third. So in reality, maybe they might have. I'm not going down 20. Not doing it.
So for me though, Sky, it's either the one tech or the running back. In my personal opinion, I think one tech's gonna run out. One tech's gonna run out. And I think it's so many running backs that I love on this list.
That's my thing. Like that's fair, but man, I feel like Jonathan Brooks is so much.
It depends though, Scott. How elite do you want to be at running back? Because Jonathan Brooks, in real life, he's gonna be working himself back into shape throughout the season. He may not be who he really is until like week
2025 or later in the season. Yeah.
But when you get to the playoffs, he's Jonathan Brooks and he's ready to go, and he's probably fresh. You know what I'm saying? Just working with Rico or whatever, just slowly bringing him along. So
man, Brandon Fisk is still there too, which is great.
Brandon 3-tech.
Can you promise me that Sweat they gonna put the Dez Bryant team around?
I was just about to say, Scott, just make people sit around him and just make him go to practice and go to bed.
Hey, whatever the diet they put Amazi on last year, put that shit on Sweat.
Put him on Sweat. Yo, look, if Sweat going to Mozzie diet, then Sweat gonna end up being 310.
Hey,
big old boy.
Hey, look. Here's another thing. Zim love these dudes, and he know how to get the best out of them.
Yep.
And you need to get better. You need to get better up front. You need to be able to control the line of scrimmage. You need a big body. You don't got it. And Mozzie, I'm talking myself into Sweat. Third round, right?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Pull the trigger. I'm pulling the trigger. I don't want to keep thinking about it.
Take him.
Pull the trigger. We're pulling the trigger. We're going to get our run guy.
We gonna
guy in the third round.
Look, we gonna get Marshawn Lloyd and feel just fine about this.
Bucky Irvin goes. Junior Colson. There's Ricky Pearsall. Here go the run on receivers, brother.
Cool. Take him.
Will Shipley.
Jalen Tolbert got to step up because that's the rules.
Our guy Christian Mahogany, by the way, 181.
We like Christian Mahogany a bunch, man.
Spencer Rattler. Oh, right before. Oh shit! Oh, we almost got him.
That motherfuckers ain't no good, boy.
Oh, brother. Hey, yo. Jonathan
Scott, we
Brooks.
should have took Trey Benson when we had the chance, Scott.
Oh, he was one pick. We should have paused it and maybe looked to trade up. But
I'm fine with this.
Yeah, I know. I'm just having fun with it.
I'm fine with this though.
I mean, look at these running backs, bro. Like, I'm not
No.
tripping. I'll take Blake Corum right here.
No, Jalen Wright right there.
Jalen Wright. 122. What are they talking about?
Scott, give me Jalen Wright right now and just shut these people up so we ain't got nothing to talk about, Scott. Just ain't. Well, so
hold on. Let's get started through.
Let's slow this down because
let's get a trade off.
Because Jalen Wright should be just at 87 is fantastic value for me.
I agree.
It's fantastic value for me. But okay, so Scott, let me ask you this because there are many running backs on the board right now, and I'm kind of looking to go running back right here. So you looking for more of the power guy or the speedy guy? What you like in your running back right now?
Boy, we got a pick of the litter, right? I'm with you. I'm looking at back here as well. Let's see receivers though. Let's take our time with receivers. Man, Jermaine Burgess. And we're not going to pick again until 131. But I still think you can probably get somebody. Anyway, right. Oh my goodness, Marshawn Lloyd, Garendo. Good Lord.
How about this, Scott? Let me ask you this. Let me see the picks again. We got 3 picks.
We got 87, 131, 216. But we got 87 and 131.
So we got 2 picks, right? Scott, with these 2 picks, you want to go offensive tackle, wide receiver, or running back. You got to pick 2.
Well, let's ask the chat. We got 2 legitimate picks, chat. 2 legitimate picks, I think, where these guys can help you, whether it be special teams or depending on the situation. But your needs are still offensive tackle, running back, and what did we say?
Offense tackle, running back, and I just said wide receiver. We don't have to have wide receiver.
We don't, but wide receiver for the sake. So, but okay, what's the combination? I would go running back, and I don't know which 87 or 130 or whatever. I'd go running back. Oof.
If I can get Jalen Wright and Christian Jones, I'm throwing a party right now,
brother. Keyron's still here for me. Christian Jones is there.
I'm a good DJ. Yeah, and look, Scott, they got Christian Jones as like 183.
We don't have him that low though.
That's nonsense, Scott. Look, and this gonna be one of them situations where they go, why they taking Travis Frederick that high, and then they see how much it pays off later on. Like Christian at 183 don't make no sense.
Can we get another pick? So we can get 130 if we move down 7 slots. I can give up our 2025 pick or 6 slots. We can get next year. So no, we can't get. So Baltimore calling us, right? Baltimore hits us up. They go on the phone and they say, "Hey, look, we got pick 130 for y'all to come up to 87, and we want y'all 2025 fifth. Do you want to take a look at that? You want to counter maybe?"
Pull up counter, Scott. Let me see what they
let's see if we can counter. Let's have a conversation with Baltimore. Because if we can nab another pick, man, I mean, we can potentially address everything we need at top 150. All right, so they want to give 113.
Scott,
try to get greedy.
Scott, throw in 216 and see if we can get 165.
No. I want 113, bro.
Okay, if you want 113, we're gonna give up. We're gonna have to give up like.
I'm trying to swindle every time. Y'all gotta tell me no.
We got to give up Jordan Lewis or something.
Ain't give up Jordan Lewis, yeah. So
okay,
right,
so
get rid of that 130.
Take off 130 and try to get. Okay, yeah.
I'll even throw in 216 or 223.
Look, Scott, get him 223 and 244. Just give them both the 7s.
Well, shit, yeah, we ain't doing 7-round picks.
Yeah, give them both the 7s.
So if I can go down 7 slots and then come up roughly 20, which is 18 slots, and at 131, let's see what they say.
See what they're talking about. Ravens good at this. They wouldn't dare do no shit like this.
Yeah, they didn't.
Yeah. Ravens too good, man.
Wait, we ain't done. Hey, all I can do is say no.
Oh, let me ask you a question. Let me see. Ravens, yeah.
Do you dare say we can't give up next year's 4th? We ain't good enough to get it back.
Mm-mm. Give him 131. Nah, because that's gonna put us in the same situation we in, and we just.
Well, I mean, if we go. So if you're saying basically go 93, so we'll go down 7 now, but we'll go up 18 with our next pick.
Mm-hmm.
then I need to get 165.
Go ahead.
Or you want to try to get both?
See, that's the problem. That's when they hang up the phone on our ass.
So you want to try to do this? I go down 7 now.
Yeah.
I go up 18 spots the next pick, but I also pick up a 165. I can do this.
But the Ravens too good, man. They're not going.
They took it.
Ravens trash, nigga. Ravens trash, nigga. I ain't trash. Let's go ahead and give us that. Nah, I ain't play, boy.
So we went down 7, but we come up 18 spots to 113.
93, 113, 160. I don't know why I hate mock drafts. This is kind of fun, but I guess just we doing it live or whatever.
Yeah, we're doing it live. We're doing it live. Okay, so here we are. Let's get out of here. Here we are. So what happened from 80? Where were we at? 87?
Mm-hmm.
Sanders, Hicks. Oh my! Are y'all kidding me? We still got our backs. Roman Wilson. All right, Voch. So our next 2 picks is 93 and 113.
I think this is where you would take Burden in real life. So in my mind, this is out of Burden or Jalen Wright. So Jermaine Burden, wide receiver,
or Jalen Wright, running back,
or Jalen Wright, running back, Tennessee.
I think I'm taking Burden. But wait, are we talking tackle though, right? Or are we going to try to later? Man, Keyron's still here. You want to get your boy Christian?
I think giving me offensive line early.
Javon Baker's still here too, man. Still a lot of wide receiver is very similar to running back to me.
It's a crazy class this year.
I can get me a good one around here. So in real life, Wright and Braylon Allen are they're staring at them right now, right? Voch?
Yeah. But I will say though, and PFF grades all over the place. I will say Jalen Wright is closer to the top of the running backs than he is the bottom.
I agree. I thought he was top 3 coming into this draft. So
yeah.
we can risk the Burton pick.
Yeah.
With the thought process of Brendan Rice is still there.
Yeah.
Javon Baker. You know what I'm saying?
There's some dudes here, man. Yeah. So
Tez.
Give me the running back, man. Give me the last elite running back left in my personal opinion.
Okay, we're going to take Jalen Wright here.
Yeah. And boy, look, Sky, I've been just watching the chat. They hating on these picks, but boy, when you see it come together at the end, they gonna shut their goofy little mouth.
But that's real life though. Like they're gonna hate the picks the Cowboys make. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, so, especially if it's Tyler Gay, and I can't stand that.
Blake Corum.
I'm gonna hate that pick.
Let's see. Are we up? Oh, we up. That was fast.
And look, man, this when it turned into the wild West, and they just start taking anybody. You know what I'm saying? Michael Pratt start going. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so what's the name is gone? The wide receiver.
What's my pick? So my next pick is 165.
165, correct.
Let's go offensive tackle now and wide receiver at 165.
Matt Conclaves is a guy that they brought in.
But he ain't good though, so I'm not gonna advocate nobody take him.
So if we're gonna go,
I like Javon Foster from Missouri. I like Christian Jones. Caden Wallace is an athlete, but it's only 2 tackles that I like right now. And Sky, honestly, I think Christian Jones at 113. I think that
we have him as a day 2 guy.
It's great value. That's very low for where I would take him. I would take him in the 3rd round and not lose sleep. Dwayne Carter still shouldn't be there though, Scott.
No, I was about to say, do you double dip somewhere? Junior Colson, I think just one. No, he been one off the board. I thought I saw one linebacker.
I'm about to double dip with
Trevin Wallace. Yeah,
I'm about to double dip with offensive line, Scott. Is what I'm about to do. That's what I'm about to do.
Christian.
And Brendan Coleman is a 30 visit guy, but I got my own rankings. You know what I'm saying? So I just personally,
they're gonna put him at tackle though.
Nah. Coleman is a guard center guy. To me, in my personal opinion, I got to start saying stuff like that. In my personal opinion.
So here's my 2 trains of thoughts here.
This draft crazy so far.
You know how I feel about 2024 in the sense of if you're not going to take a tackle early, I would seriously consider Tyler out there. Because I feel like that's just going to make you better in 2024. Because I think he's going to be better than any tackle we take at this point. And TJ Bass is obviously going to be a downgrade, but you get better out left tackle. If not, and you're going to count on one of these, where are we getting here now? 113?
Sure.
You're basically saying, hey, Austin Richards, what's the other one? Matt, well, let's go. You guys are going to battle Christian Jones here. But Voch,
yeah,
I'm going to have to pivot, Voch.
Okay.
I'm going to have to go with what you were talking about on the roundtable.
What I say?
I think there's just too much other value here.
Okay.
Where
so we can't double dip at offensive line because that's gonna make me sad.
We can.
That's gonna make me sad.
But I'm looking at Dwayne Carter right here, just staring at McKinley. I know we just took a one tech though, so we ain't gonna clear.
But we might need two of them, those guys. Honestly,
two what? One tech.
One tech. Show me edge guys. Where we at on edge guys?
Jackson Hunt.
Let's see. Okay, so I'm out on edge the rest of the draft. Okay, cool. So.
There's going to be a double dip later if we had a 7th round pick for linebackers. They don't like Eichenberg. They don't like Maris Luafau. I like these guys. Darius, I don't know how to say the last name. Morsau from UCLA. I would 100%. Shit, is the bull from? I don't like Nathaniel Watson. Jordan McGee still there. That's what I'm talking about from Temple. Maybe you can get one in after the fact, but in reality, you need the tackle, Voch.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sitting here looking at Dwayne Carter.
And look, Carter's my guy too. Carter's my guy. You know what I'm saying? I've been advocating for Carter for a long time. Show me wide receivers again, guys, just so I can see where we at wide receivers.
Yeah, we can go receiver too. I'd almost rather do that than because I'll take Javon Baker right here.
Javon Baker and Malik Washington staring you in the face too. And I think Baker
I don't think they like Malik enough and know how to use that mother. I don't think they know what they're doing with him.
Yeah, guys. Well, Baker, in my opinion,
I go Baker here.
Baker is a better South Alabama Jalen Tolbert, and I think he's currently good enough to push Jalen Tolbert right now.
Let's go Baker.
And just my own personal opinion. I like Baker right here.
Let's go Baker. And Christian will still be there.
Man, we don't know that though, because he hoes.
Let's still be. Let's go see.
He hoes will just crush your life.
What's our next pick? We got a long way to go, Cowboys Nation. A long way.
Oh, that's like 3 rounds. That's like 3 rounds. But Sky, I think we didn't kill.
They took him. Did they take him?
Dwayne gone, boy.
Oh, I knew Dwayne was going to be gone. I'm talking about your tackle.
McKinley, if they take Christian Jones, we're gonna have to restart
there wasn't no way Dwayne was gonna last, brother.
Sky, we're gonna have to reset the whole draft if they take Christian Jones. You feel me? So, boy, we're just gonna come on now. Cause Sky, if we get Christian Jones at 65?
Right now, Christian Jones to them is 183, so it's about right around there.
Shout Smith Wade is a really good corner from Washington State. I was a big fan of him. I am so happy that I still know names on this list. You know what I'm saying? Because most of the time we get to the 6th round, I'm like, all right, let me go wash dishes or something. Muhammad Kamara's a good.
There we go.
Serge John's good. Hey man, get my Pro Bowl 5th round left tackle, guys, so we can get up out of here, man. Y'all, you'd have made me wait long enough.
I made you wait, but we got our wide receiver and running back out of it though.
We did.
Now, running back wise, I mean, we got our top 3 running back, but did you see these running backs?
Yeah, Marshawn
My
Lloyd.
boy Garendo's still there. They got Rasheen Ali. Shit, I don't even think he making the damn list. I
think a lot of these dudes are just probably going to go undrafted, and Cowboys are probably going to make a big push to sign them dudes.
That's their free agency.
That's their thing. Yeah,
that's their free agency.
Yeah. Blake Watson ain't got long. Hey man, we can cap this thing off with like a linebacker or something. We can
dip.
Party. We can party. I think this is a draft, man. Man. Come on, man.
And they took my guy.
Who that?
Marius. Was it Luafau?
UCLA?
No. There's a whole bunch of them owls, but
owls. It's a bunch of owls.
A bunch of the owls and Uwas. Mafa. There's a whole bunch of them.
There's a bunch of them. All right, man. So we probably go like
we got a double dip, right?
Yeah.
Go Darius right there. They like Nathaniel or Jordan McGee. I like that. I love Darius's trigger, bro.
Have you seen Jalen Ford, Texas?
I know of Ford, but I didn't go watch him. So that's something I got to watch. They brought him in, but he ain't on here though. He got picked.
Ford got some good film too, but yeah, he gone. So I like Darius Muasau also because I think he's very instinctual, and I do think he can run around a good little bit. And if I'm watching linebackers, I like linebackers that can move and linebackers that can diagnose and see and feel where Darius. The game is going. And that's Darius Muasau. I don't know why he's ranked this low. Darius, and,
everywhere, every mock, every rank, he's low as hell.
Yeah. So if it's up to me, I'm bringing in Darius. He's going to play teams early and tackle the hell out of everybody. And I think, if you need him to develop into a linebacker his second year or something like that, I think, or third year or whatever. I think
Whittington's interesting here too. Can I offer you my cousin on the other side of the family, Carson Steele?
Nah, man. You can leave Carson Steele, Steele Chambers. You can leave all the Steels in this draft.
Come on, man. Don't disrespect the Steels like that, man.
All the Steels in this draft can go.
Where do we said we're gonna go? Darius. That's
Muasau.
My last pick in this one. I'm taking Darius too.
And look, in real life, Cowboys probably gonna double dip linebacker, and that may be Watson because Watson's a 30 visit guy.
I don't know if we talked about Watson's film.
Okay,
I didn't like it.
That's a hell of a draft, boy. That's a hell of a draft. I didn't like it either, those guys, but they're into traits and length. They're into traits and length, and they feel like they can just develop you. And look, if it's any coaching unit that's developing guys this year, I'm not looking at linebackers be that, to be that crew that's gonna come in and just get the good.
I love this double dip at backer though, because you still need more bodies in the room, and you need more athleticism and youth in the room, and you got that with obviously Peyton Wilson, uber athletic, and Darius Muasau. Late in the draft for their last pick. So your linebacker room looks like Kendricks, Peyton Wilson, Demo, Clark, Muasau, and that's your linebacker room right now. Yep. And between Kendricks, I think teaching Wilson the reins to take over in the next year, I think you got, and then you got Demo who you can kind of lean. Hey, Demo wants competition.
Sure.
So you know what I'm saying? So maybe you get Demo and Wilson for the future. Maybe it's Muasau or whomever. Maybe it's a veteran the next year for the future. But Jackson Powers Johnson, Wilson, and T'Vondre Sweat, your first three picks, you address the front seven in both sides of the ball. You get bigger. Ain't that what they said? We want to get bigger in the middle of the field. You got bigger at center. You got bigger at linebacker. And you got bigger at defensive line. Now, there's obviously question marks with Jackson Powers Johnson's health, but we got the clean bill. We got the info. We got a clean bill. Yep. Peyton, they don't put the X-Men stuff in him. They don't. The vibranium is going through his body, so he's good to go. And we gonna put T'Vondre Sweat on the Mozzie Smith program, and we're gonna have Mike Zimmer coach him up here to hold the fort down so that these linebackers can get home. So, and then you get Jalen Wright with 93.
Man, come on, dog, man. Yo, look, Sky, it's some people in the chat earlier that definitely didn't like it, and it's some tomfoolery right now. That you know what I'm saying.
I mean, this is draft, man. Nobody's gonna like everybody.
Look, if we get this draft, man, come on, dog. You get your running back, and you also have a pick that helps your running back. You got a linebacker, and you got a pick that helps your linebacker. You got a wide receiver, which helps your quarterback, which is also important. And Christian Jones, dog. Sky, you don't you have Christian Jones film just queued up?
Do I got Christian Jones film?
Hoping we don't crash.
No. It's going to show Jackson Powers right here, but give me a second. I might have Christian Jones film there.
Man, it's
no,
Sky
I don't. I got Christian Mahogany's film.
Sky and Voch, I need an explanation. How are y'all okay with Wilson but out on Brooks? Technically, Wilson
was out on Brooks.
We're not out on Brooks.
No. We struggled taking Brooks or Wilson in the second round. I don't know if he was here.
They wasn't here. They wasn't here. We had to fight about this.
We almost tried to get Brooks with 93. We was one pick away. We made it. We made a decision, and we got Wright, who's a Jalen Brooks like type player. So
it's just so many running backs in this class. I mean, you got Jalen Wright at 93. Jalen Wright's another elite player. He's not Jonathan Brooks, but the whole idea is that linebackers were going to run out fast. They were just going to, and there's a big difference between Peyton Wilson and Jeremiah Trotter.
Yes,
those are two.
And Jeremiah Trotter is considered like a top 5 linebacker or so, right? He's considered in that upper after you get past the Edgerrin Coopers and Peyton Wilsons of the world and Junior Colsons, and that's a gap.
Voch, sorry, I'm not passing on Brian Thomas and then drafting Paper Wilson. Well, sir, this ain't your show. Will still didn't invite you. whatever.
This is one thing I think 100% will happen because that's just how it is.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're not going to get a consensus agreement on any of these picks by Cowboys fans. So come draft day, Cowboys want to take a player. Cowboy fans aren't going to like said player. Second round, Cowboys will take a player. Some Cowboy fans are like, it just is what it is. You got to wait for the whole thing to be seen. And then obviously we talk about what I usually do is rate the draft and see where these guys fit for 2024 and beyond. This is like we talk about in 2024, you need guys that can contribute. I got my starting center. I got my starting linebacker. I got my one tech who can help stop the run. I got my starting linebacker. And then I got guys like Javon Baker and Christian Jones who, look, I'm not saying they starters right now, but that's some of your young depth that you have to develop on day 3. You have to, right? So you got, in my opinion, 4 starters in your first 4 picks.
Sky, let's
You
keep
don't
it a
get
book,
that
man.
often, bro.
Sky, you got center 1, linebacker 1, D tackle 1, running back 3 at number 93.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Javon Baker in this loaded wide receiver class, but we love
this.
Look, Javon Baker can come in and play X for you right now, honestly. And to be fair, Jalen Tolbert probably not gonna play a whole bunch of X for you, so that's real. But Javon Baker,
that's a good point. Jalen Tolbert is probably gonna moonlight in and out because that's what he did. I think he's like 30-some% slot and obviously out wide. But Baker can be that physical X if he competes right away.
Yeah. Christian Jones is my tackle. Well, he's my offensive lineman, like 11. So he's like my tackle 7 or so. Like me personally, he's my tackle 7. And Darius Musa at 216. Shit, it don't matter when we get at this point in the draft. We throwing darts at this point, but we do love the film on Darius Musa. We got a player that we love the film on at pick 216.
I mean, I got just one play explains Darius Musa. Let me see if I can find that again. This Jack by Judge.
Yeah, man. So I mean, I'm not going to be harsh to anybody's criticism because this is draft, and we all going to disagree. But you ain't going to tell me that this draft ain't hitting. Go ahead, Scott.
Yeah, no, this is just one play that exemplifies. That shows what he can do. Darius Musa. He is so instinctive that sometimes that will get him in trouble. Like he'll be instinctive to the wrong place. But a little bit of coaching, man, and he's flying downhill. He's not playing. His trigger's so quick, and he's thumping. He's lowering the boom. We get physical at that second level, man, and get some playmakers. So, yeah, man, that's Darius Musa.
The Island Boys ain't playing, Scott. The Island Boys they're not messing around this year. Scott, we're gonna do that every time an Island Boy get picked. Up Waga,
Talisi, Troy, Olu.
Olu Nigerian. He's
he's still.
Yeah, he Wakandan. He Wakandan.
Really Wakandan.
That's racist. Professor O not allowed to say this. He will cancel him, but we can say it. Olu was shot.
Oh man. Okay, that was fun, man. Oh my goodness. If we walk away with this, it ain't happening. Oh yeah. I'm so excited. So
I'm getting a raise if this should happen.
Man, that was amazing. So you want to do one more, but obviously we're doing on fast, and
speed that shit.
We're gonna do. No, I wanted the first one to. I want us to really marinate, right?
Yeah.
Really, really put ourselves inside the heads of the Cowboys and in our own opinions here. So with this second one, do you want to do anything crazy? Want to try to trade up? Do you want to stand pat?
Nah, we could just run. Yeah. Just let
stand pat.
Let the picks fall.
Do you want to say, hey? Okay, so we did one where we got the trenches early. Do you want to try? Well, let's see what skill positions.
Let's do it, but let's purposely be different than what we just did here.
Bet.
I got you on that. All
right, let's restart.
Shouts out to everybody in the chat, y'all.
Yeah, appreciate y'all. Yeah. We 100%. This has been fun, man. Again, like you said, I don't know why I don't do more, but this is why I like to do it once. Because it's all this energy into one, and it's just so much fun.
Scott, we got 1,000 people this morning watching.
Oh, man. Shouts out to y'all. Shouts out to the Bomb Squad. I didn't give y'all one of these.
Bomb Squad!
Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Maybe one day when me and Voch are doing all 32 work, we'll literally do an all 32 mock draft. First round. That'd be fun.
For sure.
All right, Cowboys, let's go fast. We're not going to review the picks that was before us. We're just going to go ahead and do 6 rounds.
Yeah, do 6 rounds.
Okay, here we go.
But I will say, though, Scott, I do think we have to be ready for the idea that the player that's there possibly not being an offensive line. Like let's just say we get wiped at center. Let's just say no matter who's here, right?
We pretend that the center's...
Let's say we get wiped at center, And the tackles that are there aren't guys that we would take at 24, but we'll possibly trade.
Well, let's say
back.
Graham Barton's gone here.
And let's just say that we can't get nobody on the phone. I think defender is a real life conversation. Like if Byron Murphy's here.
I mean, they want us to come down 3 slots and only get next year's 4th. I don't like that from Arizona anyway.
Yeah.
There's nothing here. So all right, cool. So we got no legitimate trade offers, but look who's sitting there.
Yeah.
Murphy and Newton.
I think that's a real life conversation we got to have, though, Sky. You know, first there's the idea that we need D-line help right now in general, but then the idea that maybe we're not going to pay Osa in the future. And I was talking to Matt Owen about this, and I was like, "Hey, man, why you think we're not going to pay Osa?" And then he showed me trash tackles that's making like $12 million and shit like that. So Osa like going to demand some money for real. I was like, "Yeah, man, we're not going to pay Osa, and that's going to hurt."
If Osa if he just has a little bit of a better year, I'm talking like 5-6 sacks.
It's like 22 million.
Yeah.
22 million, 25 million.
It's over. So they brought in Byron Murphy. I think again, we're going to pretend Graham Barton doesn't exist here, right? Because I still think Graham Barton's a pick. Yeah. But they brought in Byron Murphy. So now let's kind of get into the Cowboys' war room for real,
sure? Right.
The only defensive tackle they brought in was Byron.
Byron Murphy, yeah.
And they got Johnny Newton and Byron's tags touching. So to be different with this one, we got to take Byron here, right?
Sure, but let me look at
we want to see
at corners.
Oh, I don't know about that, bro. I don't see them taking the corner at all.
Show me corners. Okay, I just want to see who was up there.
It was DeJean or somebody's fault.
It was some people in the chat that was mad that we didn't take Brian Thomas in the last draft. I don't think Brian Thomas is like that, honestly.
You know how I don't even think he's the 4th one.
Yeah.
I got Lad McConkey above this guy. This draft is just entirely too deep at wide receiver for me to sit here and be panicking at wide receiver at 24 unless one of the top 3 guys fall. Go ahead. You can break down Byron. And then there's no knock to Brian Thomas. Speed, size, deep threat ability, all that's great, right? I don't know that he's this route running guy. I don't know that he intermediate routes. I don't know that he plays with that 6'3", 200. When they press him, I don't see 6'3", 210 pounds or whatever it is. 50-50 jump balls, different story.
Yeah.
Right? That's a whole different story. But there's much to be desired to me in the intermediate situation. But just drop back, you run deep post, you run a deep out, you run a 9. Oh, yeah, man. Dude's a weapon in that sense. But I think he's got some trying to do.
Worthy is 165 pounds, and Brian Thomas plays just like him, and that ain't what I want to see. I would rather see Brian Thomas play like Keon Coleman, somebody that's like.
I was just about to say, I'd prefer Coleman at 56.
I agree.
Over Brian Thomas at 24.
Yeah. So it was Iceberg in the chat that was being goofy talking about Voch, I'm firing you because you ain't take Brian Thomas. Yeah, okay, fine, whatever. But in my personal opinion, I think if you do get washed at offensive line, let's just say hypothetically we get washed at offensive line, I think D line is a real life conversation. So Scott, in this situation,
you won't get washed though, Voch. Kingsley's going to be there. Morgan's going to be there.
I ain't taking Kingsley, but yeah, I would. So yeah, Morgan would be my guy. But Scott, let me ask you this, just to be different in this mock, would you rather take Darius Robinson or Byron Murphy? Darius Robinson, the edge from
I know Missouri. I like him.
Violence.
Probably Byron Murphy. I think Byron Murphy is a top 15 talent in this draft. Period.
Byron's the better player. So right here, if we get White, hypothetically, I'm taking Byron Murphy.
So hypothetically, we don't want Jordan Morgan. See, we're going to fall into this trap again of no tackle.
That's fine. It's fine. This game. That's
right. We're going to take. They brought him in. Byron Murphy falls. Texas guy. He's going to come in. So we're going to go. The Cowboys are going to take Byron Murphy.
Mm-hmm. And also, too, those guys,
he fell off. There go Darius.
I think even in this hypothetical, if let's just say Tyler ends up being left tackle, I still think you have to draft center at some point. You know what I'm saying? So
that's my whole point. Like, if I'm taking the center early, I have to consider, unless we're double dipping in that second round, Tyler Smith at tackle, bro. If I'm looking at 2024, if I'm looking beyond and like, hey, I don't give a damn, we'll let Dak Prescott deal with that blindside heat. Sure. Then you keep him at guard for 2024 and you just try to figure out tackle.
Yeah. Show me your centers right now. Let me see who you got a center.
Oh, let me look at tackles real quick.
Yeah. Okay, I'm with that.
Look, man, I'm a Roger guy, and Keyron. But you said centers?
Yeah, let's get centers.
Van Pran.
Said Van Pran.
You're jumping a little bit.
And if we talking about center, said is the guy.
This is where you get in trouble, bro. If you don't take an offensive lineman early.
And that's why you take Jack spot, because shit like this happens. Because shit like this stares you in the face.
I mean,
please.
I mean, you cannot play around with offensive line in the first 2 rounds.
You
can't do it.
It's unfortunate, and people think I'm saying that because I'm O-line guy. I love wide receivers, man. I love taking D linemen and all that too. You don't have a choice but to go O-line early because that shit's gonna run out. It's gonna run out. It's a lot of guards in this class you could probably take later, but we don't need them like that.
You ain't getting no love either, bro.
Hey,
they said we done swindled everybody in the last draft. They're not giving us a check.
They getting the get back. Scott, I think this is more realistic. Than anything else. Scott, can I interest you in Malachi Corley right here? Malachi Corley versus
I'll take Xavier Legette.
You'll take Legette over over Corley
because I don't trust them to use I don't think Malachi Corley is a contested ball guy. I think he's between at the line of scrimmage, right past the line of scrimmage, yak guy, a wonderful guy. I love to move him to running back personally. Where Xavier Legette, I know he only had 1 big year, but if you're talking about big body X, I need an X for the future. He's not going to get ran through at the line of scrimmage like Cooks did. 50-50 ball, 4.3 something speed. I mean, I like Legette as a pure receiver more than I like Malachi. I actually like a handful of wide receivers more than Malachi Corley from a pure receiver standpoint.
I agree.
So for me, I go Legette. If we just like screwed the offensive line, right? Let's just say, hey, we don't take offense. Everybody want to take, wide receiver early or running back in the second round, and we'll decide what happens with the offensive line. I'd go Legette here.
But is Legette
a
56 player for you though? Like, is he a 56 player?
For me, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Show me running back. Xavier Legette or Jonathan Brooks for you?
Because of the depth of running back, I will go Legette. If I'm saying that right.
Show me.
Brooks is probably stacked higher, right?
Yeah.
Because he's RB1 and Leggett's wide receiver 6 or whatever. So I get it if you go Brooks, but we're talking about a value on the position of running back. Plus, I think you get some really damn good ones after this pick. If we wanted to go screw offensive line, let's go get our. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I go wide receiver, running back.
Get your wide receiver right here. Then. Get your wide receiver.
You cool with Leggett?
I take Leggett. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking Leggett here.
I take all of them. I take Pearsall. I take all these motherfuckers right here. You know what I'm saying? And plus, I like that you taking them right here because these wide receivers are going to come off the board.
They're going and look, when it comes to X wide receiver, you're not getting anybody, I think, in Leggett's with those traits like that good afterwards. I mean, Johnny Wilson's huge, but might be moved to tight end. And Burton, we always talk about Burton. So anyway, we took our wide receiver in round 2.
Yeah.
Brandon Fisk keeps falling in these mocks, bro. Okay, here we go. So let's hypothetically say you took wide receiver and running back, even though we took Byron Murphy.
Yeah.
Voch, we still rolling the dice here with no center and tackle.
Scott, I gave you my happy scenario in the first draft. I can't stand
right here. I can't keep playing around with this tackle situation.
I can't stand not taking offensive line right here. But if it's up to me and we at 87 right now, I do think Kieran Amagadijier and Blake
Kieran.
Fisher are. What's that?
I'm taking Kieran.
Yeah. Kieran and Blake will be cool right here. If we just not doing what we did last time, we just shaking it up a little bit. I do think tackle is good right here. But like, show me centers though. Show me your centers.
Show you center.
Yep.
Motherfucker, the center is Brock Hoffman. That's your center. That's your center.
Let's go snap. Let's go snap a little bit.
TJ Bass and Brock Hoffman, the competition for center. Look, Cedric Van Pran, I like Tanner, bro, but man, he a little light in the ass. He a fighter though.
Look, Hunter, Tanner, and all these cats, I think they're getting hyped up a little bit. I think they're kind of
bro. Somebody said go check out Hunter. I chucked him out. I was like, never mind. He got his ass whooped by Michigan. But day 3, dude. Let's competition. Tanner is very athletic and get to the second level and get his hips around and things like. We don't run that type of zone.
Bortolini ain't good.
But Bortolini ain't moving nobody. He getting away. He kind of I like him in like the 6th round or something like that. But right here at 87, hell no. Cedric Van Pran, very smart guy though. You talked about Van Pran a lot. Sure. Kind of go in a little bit if you want to talk somebody to Van Pran.
I ain't talking about in the Van Pran.
Okay, we're not gonna talk about it.
Hey man,
we need to tackle.
You want to go running back right now? You want to go running back later?
I can wait on running back still.
Let's go, Kieran. Then Kieran, Ahmadillah. Let's do it.
Yeah, I gotta get my tackle, bro. Like
Yeah,
if they're going to keep old boy,
yeah,
at guard, I gotta get my tackle.
Yeah. And we'll just do
We ain't
Hoffman
making
and
no
center.
trades, so bro, we ain't picking till 174.
What's the lumps? Man, what y'all doing? Y'all all right?
Yeah, no
Hey, yo,
trades, bro.
Hey, yo, Scott, you want something from the stuff?
so here's what we did in round one. We want BPA.
Jesus.
They want BPA with Byron Murphy. And look, honestly, this is BPA per need. I don't know why we don't talk about defensive tackle enough. You have one healthy defensive tackle right now, Osa.
That's crazy.
And he don't even fit the mold for real of Mike Zimmer. Then we want BPA, also a little bit luxury of a need in Xavier Leggett, but I think he can be your wide receiver 2 moving forward. And then we needed a motherfucking tackle, so we took Kieran.
Yeah, Dak gonna love Leggett. I feel like sometimes Dak, dealing with the receivers that we have, I feel like Dak needs a wide receiver with a little more catch radius sometimes. Sometimes you'll see Deuce having to jump to catch a pass. Sometimes you'll see just the ball a little bit in front of Tolbert or something like that. We all know Turpin's a little bitty. I think Jalen Brooks he's gonna bring some decent size to wide receiver or whatever. But even Brandon Cooks may be like an inch away from catching a deep ball that may get missed from Dak or whatever. There's plenty film I can show y'all of Rattler just not having nowhere to throw the ball. He'll cover his eye and throw it down there somewhere, and Xavier Leggett come down with it. So I think Dak could use a guy that got a little more size and a little more catch radius. That'll help a bit.
So Voch, we don't have a linebacker.
Shit.
We don't have a running back, and we got 2 picks left.
Like 2 picks altogether?
2 picks.
It's going to have to be running back and linebacker, don't it? It's going to have to be running back and linebacker here.
So running back right now, Tyrone Tracy Jr.,
we fucked this one up.
They done took our guy, Rasheen Ali.
That's a long wait, ain't it?
Oh, Lord. They done took all our dudes. And Tyrone Tracy's probably the one right here, to be honest.
Tyrone's the guy for sure. But look, Tyrone Tracy, just in my contrarian opinion, I say put him back in receiver for real. But
a word. So you talking about like a TP coming out of college type deal.
Yeah, but they wouldn't dare use.
Bro, what this one taught me is you can't fuck around with offensive line or linebacker.
You got to get them early.
Like you can't mess around with it, and you got to trade. You got to trade back.
They're gonna go, Sky. They're gonna go. You just can't sit on your hands in this draft.
No. No.
Damn, boy, all your linebackers gone. Even the ones we don't like gone.
No. I like Marius Lufau. He still sit there.
Well, yeah, but we drafted Lufau the last one. We tried.
No. We draft Musa. See, one of them. We draft the other. Yeah, we draft the other one.
Oh, okay, So Scott. Okay, look, let's just say Notre Dame and UCLA. So I know. So okay. I feel like Notre Dame. I feel like they gave him too many jobs. I think they was trying to make him a safety, and they try to let him do corner and pass. I think if they just left him at linebacker, I think he'd have much better film. I just think that they put too much on his palate or whatever, right? But I really like Notre Dame linebacker. Lufau. I like him a bunch, and I think he should be ranked higher than where he's at up here. So in real life, and this ain't just me saying this, if we got Notre Dame at this point, I'm feeling really good about it.
So we taking him, and then we're going to get one of our 30 visit running backs, which is going to be Jace McClellan.
Jace McClellan.
McClellan, yeah. I'm sorry.
That's a hard one to say, Scott. Yeah. Jace, and not Chase McClellan. Yeah.
McClellan and Rasheen Ali. I love Rasheen Ali's tape.
I like him a lot. Catch the football, blocks and runs. Let me see.
Yeah, and the tags are touching on here, but
Bailey's good too, though. Bailey's good too. TCU,
but yeah. He's to me like I don't want to say satellite, but more of a RB 2B/3 in a committee.
Yeah. But Scott, at this point, we messed around and found out, sir.
Yeah,
we messed around and found out. So
do I get the big guy in Jace, or do I get the slasher big play Rasheen who can catch the ball in the backfield too?
I actually think Jace should be in the running back conversation way higher than this. I actually like Jace a bunch.
I like him too. I was actually, as a matter of fact, I think I got some tape on him I can roll too. I think because he's not as long speed type guy, I don't think he can catch the ball in the backfield that well. Question marks blocking. Come on, man, where are you at? Question marks as a blocker. Maybe that's why, but damn, he's going so low. People got him as like out of the draft period.
And man, Bama's offense didn't really do anybody favors in general. So
he to me gives you more of a early down thumper that you don't. I mean, you kind of have that though with Royce Freeman, but I mean for the future.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But your backfield will lack explosion. That's the problem.
Yeah, so
Royce Freeman, Rico, Jace, you know.
Deuce gonna have to Deuce gonna have to get tall.
Loose. Deuce got to get loose.
He needs you loose. So man,
I like Rasheed here though.
I like Rasheed too.
Yeah, I need to compliment my backfield a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
And honestly, Scott, we can get both. We can get both because whoever don't get drafted, we just gonna end up calling them on the phone.
Facts. We calling them right now.
Yeah. So we'll get both. So yeah, give me Rasheed. Give me Rasheed Ali. I like him.
Let's take Rasheed. All this draft told me is, boy, I can't mess around.
Can't fuck around and find out. Boy. We cannot. Boy, this draft made me sad compared to what we did last draft.
Yeah, I can't mess around with linebacker, offensive line. Can't do it. And I doubt Kieran is going to be there at 87.
Yeah, Kieran. Yeah. Kieran's going to go earlier. I think Legette's going to go a little later. I think Byron's going to be gone.
No trade, like bro, they cannot not trade.
You can't not trade. This all we got right here. Like this. That's mad. That's you. They're gonna have to do what we did, Scott. They're gonna have to trade back from one and trade back from
multiple times.
What we trade back from 54?
I don't know, but we picked up like 4 picks in the top 100, and then we picked up an extra 2 in the top 170. I think we got like 131 and then 160 something.
There's gonna have to be some movement.
Or 130 and 160 something.
There's gonna have to be some movement, but I'm fine with movement. I'll take that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But just anything to not fall into this trap right here. We just got.
And this is not a knock on Murphy or Leggett. I like those two guys.
Yeah.
But it now comes down to, hey man, we need more picks to address all the needs that the Cowboys have. And this is kind of just an experiment of not trading and then not taking offensive line serious in the first 2 rounds. Yep. You're scrambling. Right. So when we say BPA, you do have to take into account need. You can't just be like, oh, well, I'm just going to take 2 wide receivers back to back.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, bro, you need because then you're going to be left with this. Not necessarily, but you know what I'm saying?
And just me coming back to advocate, man, taking offensive line early is like double dipping offensive line early is not a bad idea because like at least you know they're there. You don't want to play around with the Hunter Norzad stuff. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to mess around with the Patrick Paul stuff with the, you know what I mean? Like get your studs there early because those center, linebacker, really linebacker, not center linebacker.
Linebacker is not deep in this draft.
Center, tackle, and linebacker, they're going to run out early. So it really makes sense to get those dudes early. And people may not like taking Sweat, but if we didn't take Sweat, man, you're going to be hurting for one take too. You know what I'm saying? So some positions you have to take early, even if that means taking the L on running back a little bit. You'd rather take the L at running back than taking the L at like center and
linebacker.
And tackle.
That's such a great point. And I think it's a point Cowboys Nation that is going to be staring the Cowboys in the face if they don't make a bunch of trades, is that they're going to have a conversation in that war room of, hey, where do we take the L at?
Yeah.
We have 3 picks in the top 100. You legitimately need 2 starters on the front. You legitimately need a running back, a linebacker, a wide receiver if you're talking about depth in the future, right? If you're getting more into the depth situation, an edge possibly. You damn sure need a defensive tackle. That's one thing we're not talking about enough. Mm-hmm. And you could argue corner, you know, because one more year with J. Lou, and let's hope that Najon right in there. Like you have so many needs, like blinking red light needs, but also, hey, the engine light ain't quite on, but that other one that we don't know what it means, that one's on. So go get that checked out. So it's this they can't sit on their hands, Voch. And we've been told they are aggressively pursuing a trade down option, but that means nothing right now. You know, once they get around pick 22, then the phone starts really ringing like, hey, if so-and-so is here, we want to come up. But if say the Chiefs, you hope a guy like Brian Thomas falls so that you can get extra picks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%, man. And, you know, I just wish Cowboys just call people now to get the trades done. You know what I mean? Just prior to draft day.
It's tough, though, Voch, because the board has to play itself out.
You got to play it. But, man, I think we're going to have to get more picks regardless of how the board plays out, you know? So, in real life, man, it's a fun dream. But this whole Fuaga stuff, man, this whole trading up to go get Murph, man, that's nonsense, dog, because you ain't got the picks to do it, and you need more picks. You need more picks than than you have to lose. You know what I'm saying? So, hey man, trade back. It's almost like, and look, putting yourself in this situation, really, you're putting yourself at more of like you have even more lack of leverage, right? So if I'm calling Kansas City, hey man, you think about moving up, I can go, yeah, man, you need these picks, huh? Yeah, I'm not giving you what you think you will get because I know you got to trade. Right. I know you need picks. Take this fourth and get out of my face. You could get a 3 if you had more leverage, but they know that you're in dire need for extra picks right in that range, whatever. Man, somebody gonna hold you hostage trading back, man.
Excuse me, we got a couple super chats on my end. If you got some on yours, we can go ahead and read those right now.
Super chat.
Sully dropped 5 and said, Voch asked, we straight? Like he had his hand on a pistol. I mean, it might not be the pistol, but he got that knife right there.
Scott, shh. It's around.
Okay, there it is. And that wasn't no effect.
Nah, that ain't no
I would never ever forget, bro. This past summer when you came down for a training camp. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, you here? It's like, yeah, I'm about to come down to the room. So I come down to Voch's room, dog. Open the door, come through, and it's this that little, what is it? That holder about 7 foot long.
It's a little longer than that. Well, it's not 7 foot. Scott,
I know, I'm just right.
But it's the size of this table. It's this long.
I'm like, is this motherfucker John Wick for real? You got a hit, bro? You put a hit on somebody?
Nah.
I thought you had a sniper, but no, he didn't have a sniper, but he came ready, is all I'm saying.
Scott, no matter what, we're going to be safe, okay?
I know. I love that. But it was hilarious, bro. It was hilarious. Voch was not playing. But nah, you thought we was going to the range, though.
No supers from me, sir. So go ahead.
All right, I got one more from Dro. Dro dropped 2 and said that
super chat.
Peyton Wilson going to sprain his finger signing the contract. He did not like Peyton Wilson getting his injuries.
Peyton's been healthy for 2 years, man. The surgery works. Shouts out to this guy.
Man, I'm telling you, he got that damn. I keep getting it. Vibranium and is it andinium? What is it? Andinium?
Adamantium is Wolverine.
Wolverine, right? You got the adamantium.
Yeah. But Scott, Peyton Wilson is healthier than Graham Barton, who dealing with a shoulder. He's healthier than Jonathan Brooks, who dealing with the knee. He's healthier than a lot of guys on this list right now. Y'all got to get off Peyton, man. Peyton been healthy for 2 years. We don't know how long he's going to be healthy. And we don't know if his bones scrubbing together. And we don't know how long he's going to play. But he's healthy right now. I'm
going to be honest with you. I can give a damn about 2027, 2028.
Yeah, I ain't worried
I
about
do
that.
not care right now. They need dudes they need dudes right now that can come into 2024 and try their damnness to help these boys because, you know, your front office is goofy.
Yeah,
let them fly. All right, so Supers is good on that end. Let me just refresh this one. Man, this was fun, bro.
Yeah, it was.
This was fun. I love the idea of mock draft 1 point only. It really makes you have to hone in on these decisions. Like you really in that damn war room, bro.
Yep. You know, we do it one time and we never do it again, and we put pressure on ourselves, and we don't. You know, we're not, because we haven't done this all year, right? So you never heard me say, "Oh, I like Tyler Guyton, he's the pick," and I keep saying that, but I think, Scott, I did this exercise, right, where I just went around and just watched a bunch of videos of just people's opinions. I don't want to hear people break down film on Tyler Guyton because I've done that myself. But I do want to hear people's opinions of him. And it's a lot of people talking themselves into the pick. Like if you listen to him early in the draft process, oh man, he's big and strong, great hands, moving, great feet, But when you listen to the conversation around April, they go, hey man, you're gonna have to put in the work. You know what I'm saying? And I think people rush their analysis sometimes. I think people want to be first so bad that they end up saying goofy stuff, and that stuff lives on the internet. And if you do that, you lose a lot of trust in people. If people ask me about somebody, I'll tell you, hey, I ain't watching them. I don't know. Because if I tell you something crazy and you come back like, yo, Voch, that ain't facts, that ain't real, I want to give you an informed opinion. Yeah. So, you know, I don't do the way too early mock drafts. I don't give opinions before I'm ready to give them. If you ask me about a round 2 player and I ain't seen them, then I ain't seen them. I'll tell you in a little bit. For example, the Michigan kids, they got 6 offensive linemen coming out. Early in the process, some of those dudes were looked at as like day 2 guys, right? And they were rushing to get that takeout.
Center in particular, boy.
Yeah, because, you know, Michigan is a championship team, and they got to have some day 2 guys. I looked at all the Michigan guys, and they're day 3 guys. All of them are day 3 guys. Some of them won't get drafted, all 6 of them, right? So sometimes it'll just benefit you more to just hang back and chill, you know what I mean, and just kind of kick it a little bit.
I just happened to look over in the chat. Somebody, how can y'all even see it? Somebody was like, Sky looked blazed today. let me tell you something. That ain't
That man tied. That man tied.
That ain't Blade. That ain't Blade. Hey, what my man say? Get ready to learn the words of the kingdom, buddy. Get ready to see this type of look for a bit, buddy. Yeah. Little Enzo kicking my ass, man. Plus work.
That boy ain't high. He tied. He ain't high. He tied.
I'm putting in this work for tomorrow, man. I'm so excited for the stream tomorrow. For the work we have put in. You and Foots have made me raise the level of what I do from a draft standpoint in studying these guys, but also just making sure that when I'm setting up the alley, when I'm hitting you with the magic, like when I'm hitting y'all with one of them, that it's legitimate and it's hitting the spot, and that bounce pass is coming straight to the chest, and I'm not doing the swaggy P and turning around and now threw it out of bounds. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to hit y'all with the tomorrow, and it's gonna be crazy.
Hey, appreciate you. I'll be on the court wherever you need me to be, and I'll be ready to make the shot.
You just stay in the post because you don't even play basketball like that. So you just post up, bro. Set a screen, and I got you. All right,
I'll be there, sir. Appreciate you,
man. One of my strengths was making my teammates look better, man. So I got you out there. See, Foots is the high flyer. You know, you're like 6'10".
Let me tell you who's good right now. Let me tell you, I told y'all he was good right now. Hey, let me go out on a limb and say this. I think Troy Fountain was the best player in the draft. Yeah. Foots do backflips before he dunked the football. Yeah, dunk the football. That's right.
That's Voch, but that's Voch. That's Voch for y'all. Y'all should have seen we went to the Western Conference Finals game a couple years ago. Voch ain't give a good goddamn about what was going on in that damn court. You know?
We was kicking it. We was on the roof. We was chilling.
No. We was for real on the roof.
Like we could.
when I got the tickets, I don't mind having the cheap seats.
Yeah.
I said, well, damn it, Voch, I didn't know we was up here.
I didn't know we was that high.
And
I got nervous.
The AAC, it ain't like it's slanted. That motherfucker, it go up.
It's a box.
Like, bro, you better not sneeze when you walking up and down because you tumbling.
And we was literally on the roof. But Scott, we had a good time because you my brother and we enjoy. I ain't even watched the game, but you my brother.
Nah, we had a great time. But I ain't gonna hold you the whole time because you see all these videos of people fighting. I'm like, man, this ain't a good spot to get into a fight to up here, bro. Because one trip and it's a wrap.
Yeah,
everybody falling onto the court.
Yeah, fighting for the leverage. You fighting to be high up. That's what you fighting for.
High man wins.
But even in that case too, though, Sky, we safe because I'm throwing a kick from a different leverage. We're fine.
Oh man, this was fun, man. All right, let me get up out of here and let you go, brother. And parting shots before we get into things tomorrow. I know you said you might be dropping a video today or whatnot.
Nah, man, we just gonna be on Bleach Report. Bleach Report is doing a 32-team mock draft where they have a content creator to represent a team, and I'm doing a Cowboys draft, and I get to make fun of the Wizards, the Giants, and the Eagles. So y'all know that's gonna be fun. So tap into Bleach Report around 1 Central in the Cowboy tab or in the NFL tab or in the NFL draft tab. It'll be all over the place. Y'all go check that out, and I'll see y'all Thursday for the draft coverage. And if you're subscribed like you should be, and if the bell is clicked like you should be, you'll know exactly when we do that. Be sure to hit the like so we can do more of this.
Facts. And with that said, man, I'm gonna do this thing right here.
Push the goddamn button. Push the goddamn button.
Did you hear what I said?
I'm gonna push it, but we not done with the buttons though, because y'all have to understand. Shouts out to my guy. We simulcast here on A to Z in the morning. We also simulcast on Voch Lombardi Live. We appreciate all 1,200 of y'all that was in here that's still rocking with us right now. This is just a teaser of what you're going to get tomorrow with some more fantastic analysis in the presentation. We out of here. Love y'all. Peace.
Beats Planet.
They better be. Cheers.